Core field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Remastered. Today it's going to be a PvZ here on Neo Sylphid. Haven't been here in a while, it feels like. It's going to be Mini versus herO. Two SSL participants. They made it far. They are representing their races well topside. It is going to be our red Protoss. It is Mini. He likes being aggressive, man. We'll see if there's any aggression here today for herO, our Zerg player on the bottom right, who is yellow. Yeah, I feel like it's been like weeks since I've cast a game on Neo Sylphid. Huh. Fair enough. So this is a 2023 replay sent to me by RJB as part of so many replays he has sent me, guys. And yeah, if you want me to cast a player that you haven't seen in a while, let me know in the comments. I read every comment anybody ever makes, and I will try to accommodate you. All right. And earlier this week, I did a replay cast from Snow's point of view and hiding the Terran's point of view in the Fog of War, which I thought was a lot of fun. So again, if you want more of that, let me know, and I'll do it. Alrighty then. So it's going to be a gateway here. Yep, gateway into Zealot harass. Terror the Overlord is scouting the correct direction, but there are only two options here. So good job, Terry. You guessed correctly. Hatch first, it looks like here from herO. Can the probe stop it? No. No, you cannot. But bam. Just a little bit too late to try and block the hatch here. You could block it if you guessed right and send a probe out a little bit earlier. But I get the feeling that Mini is not too concerned about that. It's like, all right, man, hatch first against a gate first from me. Ho, 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 ho. Zealot on the way, man. Let's see how you defend it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, that's right. Overlord comes up, says, oh, gate, great. Well, I'm making a pool, but it's not even halfway done yet. Zealots without speed aren't particularly fast, so I've got a bit of time. But yeah, this is Robert the Zealot hoofing it down. Hoof, 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 hoof. Power walking his way down here. Now, what do you want to do? You probably don't want to go after the hatchery because you can't kill it with one Zealot. Getting inside this mineral line and causing all sorts of problems for these drones is pretty sweet. This drone is, there you go, trying to just block the Zealot and slow him down without actually dying, and now you've taken 2 hits. So now you don't want to fight anymore because one more hit will kill you, but health regen means maybe you can survive another one in a second. All right, probe fighting. Yeah, probe Zealot is much better than just Zealot or just probe. They work together, folks. Okay, Lings are out. Zealot behind the mineral line. This timing worked out just fine. herO's getting a third base over here. Interesting place for a third base, too. Kind of like it. On this high ground, you put lurkers on the top of the ramp. Going to be tough to break. And yeah, so 4 Lings can actually attack a Zealot behind this mineral line, so that's not the best place to go, but better than the other options, I suppose. And this Zealot here at the natural base, being sort of annoying. The probe running around, doesn't have any kills, but has taken some damage. Expanding is Mini. Overlord sees all, knows all. Sees the timing on the forge. Sees there's not a cyber core yet. So, guess what? There are a lot of Lings coming across the map here all of a sudden. So that's why we get a forge instead of a cyber core. Because you know what's better against Lings? Cannons. Dragoons, not great against Lings. Okay, so this is aggression. Third base. And it's a certain number of Lings here, but these were made to deal with the Zealots. So again, this is Mini's own fault. I think Mini's handling this just fine, folks. I mean, come on. Gotta pull some probes to fight it. Maybe a little bit of that. One Zealot dies. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, probes are bringing their little lasers to this battle, and yes, they're going to clean this thing out. But no! What? That's not a solid wall? Okay. Lings cruise in. What in the name of all that is whole? herO is sending more Lings across the map, folks. There's still not a cannon coming up. He doesn't have the cash for it. He's building Zealots and probes, and he's making a cyber core. That might be a mistake. Also, 2 Overlords per tier is hilarious. You don't need 2 Overlords in this position, man. Oh, Lings get around again. Disastrous. They're like, we gotta kill this cannon. Nice, great snipe. Let's keep running into the main base and causing heartburn here for Mini. This is so aggressive. He's finally droning up. He's got metabolic boost on the way, which is going to be awesome for these Lings. If they survive long enough, they should, because it's done now. There we go. Now they're super extra annoying. Yeah, man, this is definitely a strategy, dude. Make Lings, make a bunch of them, give them an upgrade, send them in. There's actually a strategy that I've been employing quite often recently where, yeah, I make a bunch of Lings, but then also I keep my guys on gas, get an evolution chamber, give them a +1, and then give them a +1/1, and then, you know, upgrade to a lair, get a 2/2, then get Adrenal, and it's like suddenly there are these fully upgraded Lings running around. They've been flooding into your base and trying to kill you for so long, and now they're scary. Ah, so fun. Such a fun thing to do. Such a fun way to play. Zerglings, man. Fun unit. Okay, looks like they're all going to die, but they got the information they needed, and a final probe death, too, so it's 21 to 21 workers. Normally, I would say, man, making all those Lings totally murdered the economy for the Zerg, but guess what? He's got 3 bases. He's got 22 drones. He killed a bunch of probes on the other side. So he did what he needed to do in order to be in a fine economic position, but guess who's coming with a lot of Zealots? That, again, he had to make because there were so many Lings. So this is just a back and forth where there were a lot of Lings made because of the Zealots, and now there's a lot of Zealots made because of the Lings, and guess who doesn't have any Sunkens, which is a major problem. You're going to try to fight this without any Sunkens at all? Not a big fan. Yeah, this third base is in trouble, folks. You there. Creep. Go. Creep, 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 creep. 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 Oh my gosh. I think he was going to make a creep, but then the... Just kidding. He thinks he can win this. Okay. You saw how many Zealots there were, right? Okay, well, I guess, you know, I mean, sure, fine, it worked. So what, you know, what's the trade here, right? How many Lings do you want to make and sacrifice that way versus, like, making a single Sunken? I don't know, man. I just think having a Sunken at each base would be a great idea. You wouldn't have to make nearly as many Zerglings. They'd help with situations like this, where a Zealot wanders across the map when you're not paying attention and gets inside your natural mineral line. Oh, this is a great position. Only 1 Ling at a time can attack this dude. That's abysmal. Ah, and a Corsair shows up, because of course a Corsair showed up. Now we got to throw down a Spore because we don't have a Hydra Den or a Spire. This is a bonkers game. It's an absolutely bananas game right here. So Corsair gets a kill. That's not too weird. Right? Even if you are getting a Hydra Den or you are getting a Spire, you're probably going to lose that first Overlord to a Corsair. Not a huge deal. But if it gets worse than that, that's where we have problems. Hydra Den coming in. Zealot legs on the way. Missile attack upgrades here too. And kind of settling in here. 8 minutes, though, of some really fun aggression. Oh, those Lings are too smart to run into those cannons. herO, your control is good, man. Remember when I was like, you know what a Sunken does? It helps when 2 Zealots show up at your base and you're not ready for it. It's really nice to just have a Sunken at your bases. It is. See, drones died. A lot of lost mining time. Like, you're probably going to have the lost mining time anyway, but at least a Sunken is getting some work done on these Zealots. And they're not just getting, like, 3 hits on stuff before the Lings show up. Man, that's frustrating. We just refuse. I mean, he's like, I already built static defense Falcon. Leave me alone. I already made a Spore. You want me to make Sunkens too? I'm not made of money. But look at this guy. He just walks in. He doesn't take any Sunken hits at all. Yeah, if your opponent is refusing to build Sunkens, I'd do this too. Just send Zealots in time and time again. DTs are a great answer for all this as well. I love that DT play that Mini's throwing in here. Man, Sunken. Also a robotics bay coming in sub 10 minutes. I love that. We need more robotics bays. Okay, so first the shuttle's going to be used for DTs, and then we're going to use them for Reavers, would be my guess. Shuttle movement upgrade coming in. Lair on the way at 10 minutes. Seems a little bit late. Corsairs want an Overlord, but guess what? No, the Hydras are protecting them pretty easily. Annoying. Annoying, you have to... At this point, you have to use Lings to keep an eye on things, because Overlords are not going to be that viable. These aren't +1 Corsairs or anything, because Gas definitely going more into... 4 more DTs? This isn't like DT Corsair, is it? I don't know about this. Or is there... Okay, so then, yep, then you worry about the DTs and the Zealots crushing you, so then the Overlords don't get protected, so then the Overlords die, so then the DTs are gods. Oh my gosh, there are Overlords, kind of. Hold on, hold on, hold on. He's like, I just gotta live for another couple seconds. Yes! Let's go. Oh, another Overlord popped. Okay, herO making this work a little bit better than maybe I expected him to. That was defended maybe better than anybody expected him to. That was touch and go for a second. Okay, more gateways coming in. We saw more DTs being produced as well. I don't know if those got turned into Dark Archons or... No, we're just sending like full shuttle of DTs out with a Reaver and 2 Zealots. I like this game a lot. This is very fun. Get them. Get them, DTs. How is shuttle speed not done yet? Because it's almost done. That's why. Almost. There it is. It just kicked in. We can see it kick in. The shuttles are now scary because they have the speeds. Okay, so you unload the Reaver and say, all right, fear me, Hydralisks. Bam! 3 Hydras immediately die. Fear me, Zerglings. 3 Zerglings immediately die. Hydras take another giant hit to the face. The Hydras trying to run. They do not die that time. That's a... Big hits, man. DTs. Actually don't trade well versus Hydras at all. And once again, yes, Hydralisks died. This could have been a lot more disastrous, though. I think if 4 DTs, 2 Zealots, and a Reaver show up at my base, that's it for me. Oh, and he got the shuttle on the way out. herO. Look, was it a flawless hold? No. I don't think there is a flawless hold when that kind of thing shows up in your main base. I don't think there is. You're going to lose stuff. But you know what? He killed everything that showed up to try to kill him. He didn't lose that many drones, really. He's still at 50 workers. Yeah, his hatchery took some damage. Whatever. I'm going to give that like a B. That was a B grade hold here from our dude. That's awesome. Actually, I realize I've got a lot of like German and Russian viewers. I don't know if you guys use that grading system for... Oh my gosh, that shuttle died too. Oh, good hit though. I mean, the trades, right? The trades. 5 Hydras for a Reaver. That's probably a trade that herO would make every single day, but anyway, more Zealots busting on up here. Taking down that cannon. Yeah, I'll take down the cannon. Lurker aspects coming in. Storm's not done yet, but there are Reavers, so the Hydras aren't just going to run amok here. Alright, so we're just kind of running around, hiding out. Yeah, let's not engage with those Zealots. Oh, I watched Triple Frontier last night. And I think I agree with the comment that I found online when I was searching for other opinions about it, but it's a bit of a waste of an incredible cast. It's Oscar Isaac, Ben Affleck, Pablo... I want to say Pablo Picasso, but it's not. It's the guy who's in everything right now, but I can't remember his name because I am 40 years old and I don't have that many brain cells. Pedro Pascal. His name not even Pablo. Gosh dang, sometimes ignorant American rears his head. Anyway, incredible cast. And yet, I don't know, found the movie kind of lackluster. Another Reaver drop down here, and the Storm combo with it. Catching those drones on the retreat, but they don't kill them because of the running away metric. Here with this Reaver stuff. Okay, that shuttle's dead, right? No, it is not. Reaver's dead, though. That's just as good in herO's estimation. So look at this. Overlord's trying to park up here, trying to expand down the right side is Mini towards herO. Love that for him. Making more and more Dragoons all the time, recognizing, okay, Lurkers are out. Let's switch into Dragoons. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I don't know. Triple Frontier. Like, again, good concept. And I don't know. There's just overall kind of some boring parts, I guess, is my concern about it. Anyway, these Hydras come all the way up here, kind of get sandwiched a little bit between a large Zealot Dragoon army and some Reavers up there. So, fine. We'll kind of hang out over here a little bit. This Nexus is massive. Really, really important. And then herO taking a left side base here now. So, yeah, I think both players are pretty secure in their base count. 61 drones exist. Wow, there's the storm. I was like, you're diving in here like there's not any storm, herO, and there totally is. So we're going to leave 7 Hydras behind after that engagement. Good snipe on a High Templar by those Hydras. That is not easy to do, but he does target fire it correctly. Overlord's just parked all over the place here. Hydras, where is my hive? I need a Queen's Nest. We need to be moving into Queen's Nest at this point in the game, man. I know some of you Zerg players think, yeah, especially herO, that you don't need a Queen's Nest against Protoss, but my goodness, do I vehemently disagree. We are well past the time of the game where you can just win this thing with Hydras and Lurkers. If you can pull it off, if he wins without getting a hive, I will eat my hat. I don't actually wear hats, so that's a bit of an empty threat. But seriously, I don't know how I always forget that herO does this. I'm like, oh, herO, he's great. And I load up the replay, and then we get 16 minutes in the game, and there's no Queen's Nest. Oh my gosh, there's a Queen's Nest, and I get mad. Queen's Nest on the way. Yeah, it's kind of working out for herO here. Nice concave anyway. Gotta fall back a little bit into this choke. Yeah, there's always one more storm, baby. Also, some Zealots just straight up unloaded inside the main base of herO, and they're sort of going to town. Great drone pull again. Like, when this has been happening to him, he hasn't just left his drone to die, so that's a good thing from the Zerg perspective. All right, so the Queen's Nest is here. Let's see how long it takes for him to throw up a hive. He does not have the gas for it now because he's too busy building 5 Hydras at a time. That's going to take a ton of your gas, it turns out. And there we go. Hive now coming in. Here at 18 minutes. Okay, so again, Hive on its own doesn't do anything. Hive gives you access to the tools you need to win this game, including Plague and Dark Swarm, and Adrenal especially. So we'll see. Well, it's going to be a minute before that happens. This base is totally dead. He didn't Nidus this. Why wouldn't you Nidus? Because he doesn't have a Hive. Hive has everything you need, guys. Why are we doing this? Alright, well, need a counterattack of some kind, so he is going to move up here with his Hydras. He's got +2/+1 upgrades. It's +2/+1 for the Protoss, but the other way around with the armor at the +2. Okay, Lurker, the spread here. Not easy to bring your Lurkers up here and spread them out before you burrow them, but herO's good with the Lurkers. He loves Lurkers probably more than any other Zerg player in the world because of how much he leans on them, how heavily he leans on them. So this is bad. He's trying to take a new base here. This still isn't happening because these Zealots are sticking around just to make sure that doesn't get replanted. There were some drones that maybe could expand, but man, this is so smart. So smart out of Mini. Yeah, you just never see a Protoss player be like, I'm going to play 15, 20 minutes into this game with Zealots and Dragoons. And, like, Archons. Yeah, I'm not getting Storm. I'm not getting Reavers at all. Like, no, there's always Storm. It's really, really good, but, you know, Adrenal getting fired up first now that the Hive is done, that's an interesting choice. I guess it's a lot of Dragoons, but man, that Archon is chewing stuff up. 5 kills on that guy. More pushing down here by Mini. Reaver's getting huge hits off. Suddenly, it's looking like herO's in a little bit of trouble, but the Concave, the Lurkers on the left side doing some work here. Mini does have to fall back. He can't be happy about it, but he's just going to be patient. He's not going to overextend. He's not going to move into a position where he's going to lose everything, and then suddenly herO has a massive advantage on him. Hydra group heading up to the left side, trying to... Ooh, my gosh, the reaction time on that shuttle was insane from Mini. There are maybe 10 Protoss players in the world that would react that quickly to be heading up this way, and then suddenly Hydras and turn around immediately, because if you don't turn around immediately, you lose 2 Reavers on a shuttle. Game-breaking stuff, man. Are we... Okay, well, the Adrenal's done. I don't see a Defiler Mound anywhere from herO. Look, Adrenalings are incredible against Zealots, Dragoons. Not great against Archons unless they can surround them. Like, I do appreciate getting Adrenal, but dude, a Plague would help this battle go so much better for herO, and he's just not even close to getting there yet. I like a little flank attack, a little mini surround here by herO. Hang on. herO putting in some work, does wipe out an entire Protoss army. He's retaking this base on the left side. I'm not even sure what killed these Zealots. Probably some Cracklings showed up and showed them a thing or two. But, I mean, no bases for Mini have died. None have been really threatened today either. I don't think any of them have taken direct hits. So this base being alive, this base being alive, this base is also incredibly awesome. That's probably a cancel based on the number of Hydras that are coming up that way. All right. The man just wants to rely on Adrenal today, I guess. Oh, these cannons got up. Are you kidding me? I thought there was no chance those cannons would come up, but the reaction time of Mini getting his dudes over here, buying the time he needed for these cannons to finish on that high ground, that's huge. That's really big. Man, look at 64 workers, despite all the chaos in this game, in 22 minutes. Hear from herO. He still doesn't believe in the power of the Defiler Mound, but I mean, I can't complain too hard because the man is an Adrenal Ling player, which is an important part of a balanced breakfast. Nice. Beautiful Lurker Ag block on this base. You have a shuttle. You can shuttle dudes across the way here. Maybe just buying time for this Nidus to finish. That's huge. Oh my gosh, they're storming and Archoning the eggs. Big. And then the Nidus Canal finishes, and then units come up from this side too, just to try to get a flank on these guys. A Defiler Mound is on the way. Zerg players everywhere rejoicing immensely as their guy, herO, finally makes a Defiler Mound, starting at 22 minutes. What are you doing, drones? Bad. Terrible stuff here. Yeah, if you're trying to engage with a Reaver, you're probably going to lose a million dudes on the way in. It's just a fact of life. Reavers are expensive, though, so, I mean, it makes sense that they have some abilities to crush many things before they die. Reavers are not really the units that are built to die without getting any kills to go with them, which I think is fair, because those suckers are 200 gas. I mean, come on. The amount of splash damage they do is insane, in all fairness. But, yo, so look, I like the Zerg player's position here. He's finally getting consumed, but Mini is just rocking it. He's maxed out. He's sitting here on, like, 6 bases. He's got Archons. He got 2-1-2 upgrades on his dudes. It's only 2-2. Well, I guess you can't do much better than that as a Zerg player. You don't have a 3rd upgrade to go for. These Lurkers in the concave are kind of amazing right now. If they had Dark Swarm, I think they'd be better. Okay, holding Nidus, providing infinite potential reinforcements here. Consume is not done yet, but it's very close to being done. I'm not even sure if a Dark Swarm would save your butt here. A lot of this damage is Dragoons. Nidus gets sniped as a Sunken finishes. Consume is done. There are no Defilers here. How do we get a Defiler up here? You have to walk them now. I guess this base dying is pretty much the end of it from herO, though. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just going to be a mini win solely because he took 6 bases, never was threatened at any of them, really, and he killed herO's attempt at a 6th base twice. I guess it was a 5th base initially, but it's a 6th base now, but it's the same base. Yeah, I'm just going to focus down this hatchery. No big deal. Where are these drones are trying to maybe fight. They're going back to work like this is going to be hell. I mean, sure, with the Reaver gone, possibly. Dragoons don't trade super well against Hydralisks, but if you got 222 upgrades, you can make it happen. Hatches down. Drones can't. Yeah. 176 to 121 supply here. This base is mined out. This base is rolling. This base is rolling. This base is rolling. But an 80 supply advantage here from Mini. Like, this is Mini we're talking about here. This is not some unknown, weird, random ladder Protoss player. It's Mini doing this. Nice little Ling catch out here in the middle of the map. Good storm dodging, too. I mean, good snipe on the High Templar. If this is a few more of these engagements. Yeah, he's fighting it. He will fight until the Archon comes up. Because, again, Adrenalings will trade pretty well against Zealots with that Adrenal upgrade. Zealots are better than them for most of the game. And once Adrenal comes in, it flips. So trying to retake this left side base. Maybe trying to take a base here, too. Just to keep up economically with this 62 worker Protoss, who's making a huge move into this base just outside of the main base of herO. Dark Swarm comes up, but we're so Zealot heavy. It's like there's not a Dark Swarm at all. There's the Plague. Okay, so this is what herO needs if he's going to win this game, but it's just too little too late. I think he's needed Plagues to be happening for the last at least 6 or 7 minutes. The 26-minute mark is too late for the first Plague against a Protoss who's been rocking with tier 3 stuff since the 10-minute mark. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast here, guys. Yeah, what a great game from Mini. I mean, herO finally got into the stuff we wanted him to do, but it was too little. It was too late. And it's 189 to 105 supply. The Plagues have been very good. I'm not going to complain about the Plagues, but at the end of the day, it's just not enough. Sure, you retook this base. Nice. Expanding here would be good. It's a maxed out Protoss army, and he's got a bank. Yeah, trying to lurker down this stuff that's been plagued already. And yeah, a lot of Zealots are dying. Oh, the Reavers just with Plague on their faces, just moving in. This base is dead. Under 100 supply remains here. No way for the Zerg player to handle this at all. And yeah, sometimes Protoss, when they've got Archon, Zealots, Dragoons, High Templar, Reavers, like all that stuff comes together and it feels like a Zerg player can't do much about it, which is why it needs to be hit and run tactics, right? You need to plague the army, give it a minute for the plague to actually sink in, and then engage with that army. Dodge storms. If the whole army turns to face you, get out of there. Go harass bases, right? Do drops. You're just not going to win in a direct engagement like this. And no, you're not. You're just never going to win in a direct engagement like this. GG, man. herO, he's sticking around. He's down over 100 supply right now. But the guy thinks he can do this with a handful of lurkers and Zerglings. Not going to happen, but definitely a fun game. Fun game 100%. This is definitely some catharsis for Protoss fans who are kind of struggling with the ASL, SSL scene these days, right? Soulkeys won the last two. GG, there's not a lot of Protoss representation in SSL 1. Snow's kind of holding the banner for him right now. But, you know, Mini's a monster as well, and here he gets the win against herO. Wow. I mean, come on. Absolutely, truly great display. Truly, truly, truly great display there. So, GG. I mean, this was early Zealot pressure into follow-up Ling pressure into more Zealot pressure into fast Reaver DT stuff. And then from there into a pretty normal game. From there, Mini just continues to expand. Again, not threatened. Never threatened. Never really threatened. More Ling run-by stuff here. Never touched. You just, if the Protoss players' bases are never touched, you're going to have a really hard time defeating them. That's just, again, the nature of how this goes. A lot of dead drones. Hatcheries dead. And that's it. So, GG. That was a beautiful display of how to play PvZ there from Mini. He gets the win. He just outplays herO, period, here. herO was too late with his Plagues and his Dark Swarms, and that made all the difference. 260 to 214,000 points in favor of the Protoss. He got outproduced by a 3-to-1 ratio, but he killed by a 7-to-2 ratio, which is pretty amazing. 6-to-1 buildings raised. Like I said, 1 Protoss building died today, and that's it. And the Protoss outspent the Zerg. That's it. We should have just come here first, man. You outspend the Zerg. That's it. We're done. Done. So, all right. That was a really great showing. Great showing of how to play PvZ, and that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You could also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. Also at Instagram and TikTok these days, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.